Welcome students once again to learn about the concepts of English language. Today I will teach you grammar, which is question 3 of paper 1. It has 3 parts: transformation of sentences, which is 10 marks; preposition based on phrasal verbs, which is of 5 marks; verbs exercise, which is of 5 marks; total 20 marks, and the expected time should be 30 minutes. So, we begin with the first part, transformation of sentences. Transformation of sentences means changing or converting the words or forms of sentences without changing its meaning or sense. N.C. Nesfield said, to transform a sentence is to change it from one grammatical form to another without changing its sense. Means that we are changing the form of the sentence from one grammar to another without changing its sense. So here the examples have been given. The book is easy. It is affirmative sentence, that is positive sentence, and this sentence can be transformed into another sentence without changing its meaning. This book is not difficult. That is negative, it is a negative sentence, but without changing its meaning, we have just added not and transformed the sentence. This book is not difficult. Now we come to the next example. She is too weak to pass. It's a simple sentence. A simple sentence has a subject, predicate, and one finite verb. Now here the subject is she and is too weak to pass is the predicate, and the finite verb is weak. A finite verb shows agreement with the subject, tense, and its number. Here the tense is present tense because is has been used, and it is third person singular. And then the simple sentence has been transformed to complex sentence. In this way, she is so weak that she cannot pass. Now complex sentence is a sentence that contains an independent clause and one or more dependent clause. Here, she is so weak is a complete sentence. It is a principal clause, and that she cannot pass is a dependent clause, and it is dependent on the principal clause. So here this simple sentence has been transformed to complex sentence by just adding so. She is so weak that she cannot pass, and more of it will be doing in the first form of transformation sentence. Now we have different forms of transformation of sentences. A. Use and removal of adverb to. B. Interchange of the degrees of comparison. C. Interchange of active and passive voice. D. Interchange of interrogative and assertive sentences. E. Interchange of affirmative, that is positive and negative sentences. F. Interchange of exclamatory and assertive sentences. G. Interchange of one part of speech for another. H. Interchange of direct and indirect sentences. I. Transformation of sentences based on structure. Here in this we will do conversion of simple sentences to compound sentences, then conversion of compound sentences to simple sentences, then conversion of simple sentences to complex sentences, fourth conversion of complex sentences to simple sentences, fifth conversion of compound sentences to complex sentences, sixth conversion of complex sentences to compound sentences, and last part we will be doing expressing condition, concession or contrast in different ways. Now we will start with the first form of transformation of sentence, that is use and removal of adverb to. Now what is an adverb? An adverb describes an action verb, an adjective, another adverb or a whole sentence. For example, we progressed slowly. Here slowly has described the verb progressed. Now we will be doing removal of adverb to. To means more than enough. So here we will see by removing the adverb to how the simple sentence is changed to complex sentence without changing the meaning. So we start with the first example. He is too busy to come here. Here the structure of the sentence is subject, which is he, verb, which is that is a helping verb, then the adverb to plus adjective, which is busy, plus infinitive, which is to here, and come is the first form of the verb. So here the pattern is subject plus verb plus to plus adjective plus infinitive, which is to plus V1. Now the sentence he is too busy to come here is going to be changed to complex sentence without changing the meaning. So here we come to the sentence he is so busy that he cannot come here. So here the pattern will be subject, which is he, plus verb, which is. Now here to has been removed and we have added so. Then adjective, which is busy here, plus that. Here that conjunction we have added, plus personal pronoun, and personal pronoun is he, she, it, they, and it is placed according to the subject. Here the subject we have he. So we will be putting he there. And then after that we will be adding can, cannot, could or could not according to the tense. Here the tense is he is too busy to come here. So here tense is present tense. So we will be using cannot. And then we'll continue with the rest of the sentence. So a complex sentence is he is so busy that he cannot come here. I hope you have all understood. So we come to the rule 1, which is based on the example only, that we have the simple sentence the man is too old to run. That is subject plus verb plus to plus adjective, which is old, plus infinitive, that is to, plus V1. So complex sentence becomes the man is so old that he cannot run. That is subject plus verb plus so plus adjective plus that, which is conjunction, plus personal pronoun that we have used he, plus cannot according to the tense given, it is. So we have used the present tense cannot, plus verb, that is first form of the verb run. We will not use to here. Now if the sentence is in past tense, that is the boy was too tired to work. Here was has been used. So the complex sentence would be the boy was so tired that he. Now here we will not use cannot because it is past tense. So we will use could not work. The boy was so tired that he could not work, and the pattern will be subject plus verb plus so plus adjective plus that plus personal pronoun, that is we have used he, plus could not because it's past tense, plus V1, that is first form of the verb. So next we are going to continue with the rule 2 in the next video. Thank you.